Hi, I'm Dorothy Guerra, and we are with Let's Get Loud Now TV for 365 TV Network. And I have the great pleasure of sitting down today with Philip Moran. We are also going on live Facebook to stream this interview. So if you have an opportunity, you can find us both on Facebook at Dorothy Kaminsky Guerra and Philip Moran. So why don't we get started? I'm really excited to have this conversation with you today. You've done some amazing things in the Toronto acting scene, and we're going to give the audience an opportunity to learn all about you today and what got you started in acting, and a little bit about this feature film you've got coming up, which is exciting. I've had an opportunity to watch some of the clips from Philip's new upcoming movie, Adam's Testament. Now, this movie is a question of faith, a little bit of darkness, overcoming obstacles, and how goodness overcomes evil, and some of the sacrifices that we have to make in our life in order to get to that point. And Philip will go into a little bit of that in a few minutes. So why don't we get started here? Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you became an actor?
Okay. Well, it's been a journey of at least 35 years. And it was strategically planned. I can't say it just happened. It wasn't luck. I worked hard at it, and I thought about it and planned it. I have about 5 different movies under my belt. I started branding myself at a very young age as well. So I just wanted to do feature movies. I wanted to do TV series, and I stayed away from commercials and anything else, since I feel that you do get stereotyped, and you fall into certain categories, which limits the amount of opportunities you have to work at your brand. It's I don't know what to say. I mean, we started 3 years ago. This Adam's Testament was sort of a project that involved the producer, who was a friend of mine during the time that we shot Total Recall here in Toronto. And Total Recall, by far, was one of the biggest Hollywood-style features that they were shooting here. And all the streets are all closed off and everything else, and it cost about $200 million or something like that. It's not exact, but it definitely made a statement in Toronto as far as we can film these big movies in Toronto, just like LA and just like the big feature destinations in the world. And I just felt that Total Recall for me was something that I just had to be in. It was something like it was talking to me. It was really talking to me. And a mentor of mine once said to me, if you really listen, things do talk to you. You can hear them, right? So I told a lot of people I was excited about this Total Recall. That's when I made it a very firm decision to become unionized. For many, many years, I refused to become union because I had nothing on my resume. I didn't feel like I had enough to market myself.
And when you say union, you're talking about joining ACTRA.
ACTRA, yes, ACTRA, which is the biggest in Canada, I think, and it also goes far across the border as well. So the producer for Adam's Testament was a friend of mine that believed in me, and very few people do believe in you when you don't have anything to prove, something to them. And I was telling people I feel very confident about this role in Total Recall. This is the time I'm becoming ACTRA. This is where my life's going to change. And a lot of people thought that I was really crazy. They were crazy. I was crazy, and actually, they may be watching right now. But a lot of people, a lot of geniuses, a lot of people that are really driven, they are considered crazy. To be able to stick to something while everybody's telling you, no, you can't do it, you can't do it. And this guy, my friend Raphael Calamat, believed in me, and so I got this role in Total Recall, and then that in turn inspired him to go and open a production company called RDG, and for some reason, I inspired him to do this. He offered his respect and his appreciation by becoming my publicist for Total Recall. He asked me, "Can I be your publicist? I want to be your publicist." I said, "Okay." I said, that's fine." We didn't get much done with that since there was a lot of conflicts of interest in the city regarding all the articles that were going on and stuff by Sony and their publicists and stuff. So we stayed in touch. I did a little bit of work for him here and there, and then he asked me, "Do you know anybody that is willing to invest in a movie? Become an investor?" I said, I might know some people because we're really good friends. He trusted me, I trusted him, and I put him in touch with Todd Ewell, and we spoke with Todd Ewell. He was the executive producer of Adam's Testament, and I said, "Well, make sure there's something in it for me, right? I scratch my back, you scratch yours, I scratch yours, kind of thing." And he said, "Yeah, we'll have something for you here and there." I never thought I was going to be the lead role in Adam's Testament. When that movie was written, it was written by Jason Barbeck back in the 1980s sometime. He wrote it as a short film, and Joseph Gable wasn't the lead actor in that short film. Adam was. And then when he was writing, they were both writing it into a feature film, then they definitely saw more of a Joseph Gable in me, and they offered me the lead role.
Joseph Gable is the father.
The detective.
The detective father in the movie, just so that everybody understands.
Yeah, the detective, Joseph Gable, who plays the detective, the father. The person's trying to get back his son, and has all kinds of things happening to him. I was offered this script. I read it, and I thought, well, this is a really challenging, big role. And I thought about all the training I had done, and of course, I've studied with some of the best trainers, and one in particular, my acting teacher, David Rodenberg. And I always tell people training is, just valuable. It's just the best tool to have. And I looked at the script and I went through it, and I was very excited about it. Yeah, I was scared, and I was, can I really do this? Can I really do a lead role in a feature film? Like, who am I? And all these questions started popping into my mind, and remembering everything that people said about me and stuff. And I just made a decision. I said, you know what? I've been talking about this, studying, training. I have something to prove to myself. If I don't prove it to anybody else, at least I prove it to myself. I got to do it.
Right.
If I fall flat on my face, this is my opportunity to do it.
And I want to bring in a little bit about the Think and Grow Rich philosophy as well, because you spent some time working with law of attraction and manifesting, and how does that play a part in your career? Because obviously it's not an easy gig to be an actor. Roles just don't pop up for everybody. We talked a little bit about this when we were writing for the article, that you've got to be determined and you got to be consistent. And when you're saying a little bit about the challenge that you faced in taking on a role, right? You're getting an opportunity here. How does the law of attraction play out for you that way?
Well, back again, another 40 years back, I had the opportunity of meeting Bob Proctor, who was my mentor, a mentor of mine, and he also, I think you might recognize him as The Secret. He was part of The Secret as well. But I had a chance to deal with him and his mentor and a group of people that were just considered masterminds. And I learned a lot from the age of 15, 16 years old. I learned a lot about um, that you don't have to have anything. You don't have to come from any particular family. It's just controlling your mind, understanding the laws of the universe. One is the law of attraction, and learn how to work with the laws, and learn how to build the skills you need, the qualities you need, the personality you need to make it in the field that you want to pursue. So you take role models, and that's something that Tony Robbins sort of based his training on, was role modeling. Pick someone that's got what you want, and then do exactly what they do, and you'll get to where they got or further. So Think and Grow Rich was a big thing because that was Bob's favorite book, favorite seminar, favorite book. And back then, it wasn't as intelligently structured as it is now. But that book is so deep, and I had it playing in my car. I read the book. I playing in my car all the time, just cassettes and DVDs and stuff. And it starts to really recondition your mind. It starts to take out the bad and replace it with the good. And that happens over a period of time. It doesn't just happen in a couple of weeks. It could take a few years. Yeah. It could take a few quite a few years.
It's reprogramming of the mind, essentially.
Reconditioning, and you need to feel a certain way, and which really goes hand in hand with being an actor is and what my teacher always tells me is you got to feel worthy. You got to feel worthy of being in the spotlight, of being in the center of attention, of being the one that everybody is there for. The makeup artist, the wardrobe lady, the script supervisor. They're all there for you. The whole camp of trucks and equipment and grips and stuff. So you have to feel worthy. And there's a lot of people that I learned when I was studying the Think and Grow Rich and You Were Born Rich, Bob Proctor's own material, that even though you had money, you didn't have this worthiness feeling. You didn't feel like you deserved the money, you deserved the attention, you deserved the success. And the trick was to feel like you deserve it. You have to get to that feeling of deserving. Why would people make a big fuss over you if you don't make a big fuss over yourself? And that was the main thing that I got from working with Bob and working with David Rodenberg as well, is to get to this point of feeling worthy. That's why I've always driven nice cars. For me, cars make me feel the way I want to feel. Some people it's shoes, some people it's dresses, some people it's jewelry. I've never been a fan of jewelry. This is actually my dad's engagement ring, who has since passed away. And my mother thought I should have it, but I never even wear a watch or a ring or a necklace. I like nice clothes and a nice car, and that makes me feel worthy. And then as your career builds, then you can feel more worthy and more appreciative, and knowing that you have something to offer back to people, like this interview, for instance, that people can say, okay, I'm in that seat. Let me try this and let me try that. If he did it, why can't I do it? There's a lot of obstacles here in Toronto. I have to tell you, it's not simple. The philosophy here, the strategic formatting here of trying to build your acting career is really challenging.
Right.
Now, you have to think outside the box.
In addition to that, too, moving on with that, when you're talking about role modeling, I want to lead into that next question that I have for you, because I know that going forward, this is something that you want to do. I know you have an aspiration to get out to LA and work your name out there in LA. Absolutely. And you're going to have a lot of opportunities there for yourself. Yes. And you have a bigger picture. And I know you've started some sort of a company that you might want to tell the audience about that will help to feed the Toronto acting industry.
Oh. Yes, it's giving back into, once you get success or you get more success, then you want to give something back, because you got to keep that flow going so you keep getting more coming in. Yes, we opened up, me and Todd Yule, the executive producer of Adam's Testament, who, for some reason, I'm not sure why he believed in me and gave me such a great opportunity. But I know he
Well,
saw.
because you deserve it.
Yeah, yeah, and he constantly tells me he saw something, he saw something, he saw something. So me and him, we opened up a production company called Pink Rose Production Limited, and that's in memory of Elva Yule, who's Todd Yule's mother, who was also the executive producer of Adam's Testament as well. So they're both executive producers of Adam's Testament. But Elva Yule has passed away. She passed just shortly after the movie finished. But she was a great woman, and I owe her a lot. We all do for this great opportunity. This production company was designed to create projects here in Toronto with Toronto and Canadian talent, and to give opportunity to actors that are sitting in agencies that possibly are just doing commercials or once in a while getting little tiny roles. And having done a big role myself, I know that it's part of the secret is in doing a bigger role, something that challenges you to it puts you on the spot, and you just jump. You jump or you don't jump. And if you can handle a bigger role, then you can probably handle a bigger role, and then a bigger role, and you see yourself becoming more worthy of bigger roles. And that's what I think we want to try to do with this company is provide more opportunity for Toronto and Canadian actors for movies and TV, which is what I'm passionate about. I'm not passionate about anything else but movies and TV. Yeah, so that's
awesome.
That's
well, it was
that
great
one there.
sitting down with you. Now, Adam's Testament is with a distribution company right now,
It's
right?
with Breakthrough Entertainment.
And it's been in film.
Yeah, it's been in the Kingdom Wood Film Festival, which also got the Dove Seal of Approval, and it's considered a Christian film. And I think you might remember Miracles from Heaven, and also War Room was also at the Kingdom Wood Film Festival in Atlanta, Georgia. The movie has also gotten some reviews and some noise in the church sort of stream market. And it's actually also going to be used as a study guide for youth families and right across Canada that are having issues with their families, with their kids, with their parents, with any kind of addictions, and they're going to go through the churches for approximately a 4-week program, and hopefully recondition the family and kids so they can get back on the right track.
Well, it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to having the movie come out and see it. So why don't you tell the audience on how they can connect with you, where they can find you on Facebook, some of the things that they can look forward to watch you in.
Okay. Well, you can definitely find me on Facebook, Philip Moran. You can find me on the IMDb, Philip Moran. You'll have to sort of pick and choose, but I have my photo on there. The IMDb is kind of interesting because it doesn't really, it mixes profiles around a bit. So, but Philip Moran, pretty well everywhere else. I have a website, philipmoranactor.com. Since there's so many Philip Morans, I had to put actor back there. And my email is also philipmoranactor@gmail.com.
And you have a YouTube channel.
I do have a YouTube channel, Philip Moran, as well. So it's all I try to keep it very simple. I'm not going to make it complicated, and definitely we're working on a way for me to get to the States and PR and all kinds of different packages and immigration stuff to get me working there, and hopefully. Not hopefully. I will. I will be getting work there, and and with God's will, I'm going to try to bring work down here and provide it to Canadian actors down here. Maybe something like John Candy did.
Awesome.
Who knows?
And also, make sure to pick up your copy of Waterfront Magazine this December in Toronto. There's a wonderful article feature that I did for Philip that is well worth the read, and you'll learn a lot more about him. I'm very grateful to have sat down with you. I am looking forward to seeing a lot more of you in your future career, and I wish you all the best in all your endeavors.
Well,
I'm
thank
sure
you
you
very
don't need
much.
to be manifesting any law of attraction. You know, you deserve it. You've done a good job.
But once
so.
you do it, it just seems to be like it comes back tenfold and tenfold. And the more confident you gain, the more momentum you're gaining. So
Awesome.
it definitely pays off.
Well, congratulations.
But thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, everybody, for watching, and
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.